Hi, welcome to NicheCraft. My name is Kassi and I'm your host, and today is Wellness Wednesday. It is the day of the week where we decide to take a break from all of the yarny content, and instead of working on those kinds of crafts, we work on crafting ourselves. And the way that we work on crafting ourselves is that I come up with fun little exercises and things to think about that hopefully help you feel less stressed and more at ease throughout the week. So that said, today I'm really excited because we are going to be talking about the unconscious. So let's talk about what the unconscious mind is first. So the unconscious mind is the things that are happening to you that you put kind of in the background. So as far as sensory goes, this could be stuff on the peripheral of our vision. Also involves attention. So like when we are giving one thing our attention, there's other things that are going on around us. But when we're focused on one thing, sometimes we can still absorb that other stuff going on around us. The other things that live in the unconscious mind are very powerful symbols, which often come up in our dreams, sometimes when we're daydreaming, and also answers to reasons why we react the way we do in certain circumstances that maybe we don't remember. This could be, of course, trauma responses. Also be triggers for anxiety, for stress. There's a lot of really, really helpful information in the unconscious. So that brings me to, so what does this have to do with today's exercise? Well, today's exercise is going to have to do with bringing the unconscious to our conscious mind. And you can access so many really exciting things about yourself, your thinking patterns, your behavior, all sorts of stuff by doing this exercise. So how are we going to connect with our unconscious? That sounds a little bit, like a little bit weird, something that somebody who believes in fairies might think, right? As a running joke, I do believe in fairies, but right, I understand, okay? I understand there's logic and all of that. I just choose to believe in fairies, so we won't go off on that tangent. But basically, here's how we make the unconscious conscious. We look at some of the things that we do unconsciously, and we bring them to our awareness. It's like, okay, but wait a minute, how do I know, right? Well, here's the deal. So our body does a lot of things for us, especially related to the basal ganglia, which is a part of the brain that makes me feel super smart when I say it. And so the basal ganglia is basically in charge of our body temperatures, or regulating, right? So our body does a lot for us. It tells our heart to beat. It tells our body temperature to stay approximately the same. It tells us to, it even makes us have certain kinds of reactions. Like if we get really cold, then we shiver, and that generates some heat. And it also reminds us to do things that we really, really need, like breathe, right? So that's kind of like the key. So the way that you access the unconscious is by forcing yourself to be conscious of something that you do that maybe you don't even think about very much, but you do it all the time, and that's breathing, right? I know, guys, I know some of you're on to me and you're like, why didn't you just say from the beginning that we're doing a breathing exercise today? Come on, Kassi, that was like so unnecessary. Well, actually, it is necessary, and here's why. If I was to tell you to just focus on your breathing and didn't give you an example of why you're supposed to do that, then how are you supposed to frame that in your mind? How are you supposed to maybe visualize it or think about it as you're doing it? It's such a pitfall for us when we maybe might be like, well, meditation sounds like something that might be able to work for me, but then you're just told, well, focus on your breathing, and then it's like, okay, but now what? It's like, how do you direct that inner person to that activity? Well, here's what you do, and here's why it's important to focus on the breath, or why that can bridge us from the conscious to the unconscious. It's because when we start focusing on things that we don't normally focus on, it opens up a doorway for the rest of our unconscious to start leaking through that barrier. So I'm going to ask you to do an experiment with me, okay? And what I'm going to ask you to do is to breathe with me. As I guide you through the breathing, what I want you to do is not just focus on your breathing, but also focus on I'm becoming aware of an aspect of myself that I usually ignore, or for the most part I ignore. Now some of you guys might be really mindful and listen to your breath all the time. For those people, that is awesome. Keep doing it. Okay. But for those of you who would like to kind of have some purposeful time to give your brain the opportunity to show you all of this information about yourselves, the way that you can do that is by focusing on some of those things that your body does automatically. Some people also like to focus on their heartbeat and other things. The breathing can be really fun because it's something we do unconsciously, right? Well, if we do it with consciousness, if we purposefully breathe in a certain way, then your brain doesn't have to do that. And some of the other unconscious stuff that we do will start to come forward too. So it's also about, if you consider the brain like a processor, it's also about that. So that said, let's get ready. What I'm going to do is I am going to tell you how to box breathe. Now, some of you guys might know this. That's awesome. But what box breathing is, it's a 4-step breathing exercise. So the first step is to inhale for 4 beats, okay? So that's the top of the box, right? And then the second step is to hold for 4 beats. So that's one side right here, okay? The next step is to exhale for 4 beats, right? And then the last one is to rest for 4 beats, right? So basically what you end up doing is you end up regulating your breathing, kind of slowing it down a little bit, and allow, after a little while, and I'd say maybe 5 minutes, I'm not going to stay here 5 minutes with you and telling you how to breathe, but maybe after 5 minutes you can start experiencing some of that. And another big bonus is that when we breathe like that, it also opens up our oxygen. It kind of makes us refreshed. It even can get us a little bit high in that we get more oxygen. So there's one more thing I want to say before we start this exercise, and that is that the best way to do this is to be both relaxed and also understand that breathing, you can breathe into your belly, okay? Maybe you're in public and you don't want to be like, oh, you don't want to have a big belly out there. So, you're okay. Just try to breathe as deeply as possible, okay? So we are going to start in 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Rest. Another one. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And rest. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And rest. All right, guys, so now that you know what it feels like to box breathe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to this little metronome that I have in the description with clear instructions on how to use it to set it for that pace. Another thing that I want to say about this is you don't have to box breathe in order to start experimenting with using breathing exercises to help calm you down and help manage your stress levels and maybe bring some of that stress to the forefront so you can problem solve and all of that kind of stuff. You can use any kind of mindful breathing methods, like just focusing on your breath the way it comes naturally, and maybe slowly trying to get it deeper and deeper and maybe longer, just so you get more oxygen. You bring more oxygen in, and that'll help invigorate your whole body. That said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Wellness Wednesday. Know that I will have another one for you next Wednesday as well. I just want to remind everybody, even if you're new, that I do have a pretty big crochet and yarn bundle giveaway going on right now, and I'm going to be picking that winner later on this evening at 6 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to get in on that really huge giveaway, go ahead and find that video and enter to win, because seriously, it's a nice one. And for those of you who have been with me for a while and are like, gosh, it's great to see you, when can we expect videos from you and all of that, I just wanted to let you know that I am doing a lot of videos right now where I'm just pre-recording them. That way I can get them out and have some backup videos for a couple of weeks, so that I don't fall behind anymore, you know. And that's basically the way that I'm spending the rest of the year. But just know that I want to say starting on Monday, that's probably when it's going to be. Starting on Monday, I will be releasing videos every day, at least during the week, if not more. And from there, we'll go into the year strong. Hope everybody's having a wonderful time right now. I know that it can be hectic around the holidays. Yesterday was my birthday. I turned 42 and I don't feel 42. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I guess I've orbited the sun again. And just wanted to let you guys know I'm having a lot of fun spending time with my family, doing a whole bunch of yarny content for you guys. I have so much planned for you, and just wanted to introduce you to one of the things that my husband Greg got for me. This is an alpaca that is made with alpaca fur. Can you believe that? Isn't that pretty? I'm sure some of you have seen Crystal from Bag O' Day. She has one. And anyway, this is called Alpaca Next. Of course, this is natural alpaca fiber, dry clean only, made in Peru, of course. And seriously, this is alpaca fur. Here, it's so soft. Like, seriously, everybody who's touched it has been like, now, these are kind of expensive. You can't find them on Amazon, but just so you know, very, very soft. And I named mine Prince Harry. I'm not big into the royalty, but lately, those of you who know me know that I love the Behavior Panel. I've been following them for so long. I love them so much. And they are doing some shows on the Meghan and Harry Netflix thing that's out right now, and I just had Prince Harry on the brain because I had been watching them for a few seconds before I got this, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna call him Prince Harry. So anyway, it's really, really soft. It is so soft, and his eyes kind of get lost in there. Baby adores him because he smells like a wild animal. Baby's my cat, and so he's been enjoying smelling it. So anyway, all of that said, I will see you soon in another video. You'll be seeing me this evening when I pick the winner, and I will have a dye video out tomorrow as well, and I will be seeing you a lot more over the next few weeks. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.